Israel's national security advisor says fighting in Gaza will go on for at least 7 more months. Tel Aviv has ignored a draft UN Security Council resolution to halt its attack on Rafah. Its forces carried out fresh air strikes overnight as tanks pushed through to the center of the city for the first time. Reports say telecommunications and internet services have been shut down throughout Rafah. The IDF says it is continuing activities against terrorist targets there. Attacks have been ramped up despite a global outcry for Israel to halt its offensive. U.S. President Joe Biden had earlier warned Israel against launching a major military operation. But Washington says it does not believe such an operation is underway, saying Israel's actions have yet to violate Mr. Biden's so-called red line for withholding the shipment of weapons to Israel. On the aid front, a World Health Organization mission has managed to reach the north of Gaza for the first time in more than 2 weeks. The group delivered 15,000 liters of fuel, 14 hospital beds, medicines and other supplies to the El Ali hospital. It's believed that this should be enough to meet the needs of 1,500 people. But the WHO stressed that much more is still needed. El Ali Hospital says the fuel received will only last 10 days and that they need more than 100 beds. Aid missions to the north of Gaza have been complicated by heavy bombardments. Meanwhile, the Israeli military says 3 of its soldiers have been killed in combat in the south of the Gaza Strip. 3 others were badly injured, but the army did not provide any other details. Israel's public broadcaster said that the troops were hurt by an explosive device set off in a building in Rafah. And for more, Sarah Coates joins us live from Tel Aviv. Sarah, the U.S. says Israel's major ground offensive in Rafah has not actually happened. So what exactly is happening on the ground?
Hello there, Wei Su. Well, we can expect this war to drag on for some time now. We've heard, as you mentioned, from the National Security Advisor, Zaki Hanegbi, that he expects this operation to continue until at least the end of the year. He's also said that right now Israeli troops have control of around 75% of the Philadelphia corridor. Now, this is a buffer zone that separates Gaza and Egypt. Now, right now, the Israeli military maintains that it is conducting targeted raids down in this Rafah area, an area that was declared a safe zone until very, very recently. But on the ground, troops are moving deeper into the centre of this city as people flee in droves, with aid organisations on the ground saying that there is simply no place left for these people to go. Now, we do need to remember that international outcry is intensifying in the wake of this strike on a tent camp on Sunday in Rafah, which killed at least 45 Palestinians, with US media reporting today that these munitions that were fired, which potentially caused this very, very large fire, were US made. Let's hear what the Pentagon has to say about that.
I do not know what type of munition was used in that airstrike. I'd have to refer you to the Israelis to speak to that. And you've heard us say both publicly from here and privately, we always urge the IDF to consider civilian casualties in any type of operations that they conduct. We're going to continue to urge them to take every single precaution and to do more to protect innocent civilians. But in terms of this particular strike, I just don't have more information for you.
And the Israeli military maintains that it is doing its absolute best to avoid civilian casualties, saying it is acting in accordance with the international law, but will continue to operate to defeat Hamas, maintaining that the remaining 4 Hamas battalions are actually stationed in the Rafah area. Wei Su.
Thanks. Sarah Coates reporting live there from Tel Aviv.